I'm a trauma-informed coach. I help you not only heal from your past bad experiences, but I also help you explore and adventure and live the experiences that you so deeply deserve and want to and can have. And so today I want to talk about moving forward and how to move forward in the best possible way. Because you see so many videos on YouTube saying, okay, this is the way that you can be so productive and make progress. And then you might try it and think, well, no, I couldn't even. And that's because we're just not all the same. So the way to move forward, the answer would always be it depends. It depends on how your brain works. Because there are so many people who have maybe a neurotypical way of working and functioning, which is great. They've got brains that just work a certain way. Great. Neurotypical. Super. But then we have more and more people who are neurodivergent. And that just means that the brain works a little bit different to the neurotypical, which is fine. It doesn't mean that it's bad or worse or better. It just means it's different. And so when you notice, okay, something that somebody might be doing and that makes complete sense for them and they seem to function just fine that way. For example, in a 9 to 5 job, they seem to do it. But for you, that just seems like a far-fetched idea and you have a lot of resistance towards it. That's fine. It just means that maybe a 9 to 5 is not your calling. Isn't that okay? That might be okay. Not everybody has to do a 9 to 5. In fact, if you have a choice, maybe a remote job would be more fun and gives you more freedom. So that might be more interesting for you. So if you are thinking with a more neurodivergent type of brain, with those sort of functions, maybe you have ADHD, maybe you have some levels of autism, maybe you have a combination of the two, which is called AUDHD. And that is fascinating because they are a little bit opposite, but when they combine, you have a beautiful balance. And once you notice, oh, I can see I'm working a little bit this way with ADHD characteristics or patterns or behaviors or whatever, but I also have a little bit of this autism going on here, where everything has to be very exact in a specific way, and I'm sensitive to some noises or whatever it might be, and then when you notice and you can actually see, okay, so I work better in a different way rather than just the neurotypical, maybe repetitive or whatever those tasks may be. When you have ADHD, that is not really an option. Just for example, when you have ADHD, you want to have new and exciting adventures. You want to be stimulated with maybe a gamification when you're trying to do something. Maybe you need to make it a game to feel that little bit of a competitive or that little bit of a push motivation to go. Because with ADHD, it's a little bit difficult to sometimes start a new project. You have this great idea, you love it, but then to actually start it, maybe it feels a little bit overwhelming. And so then breaking it down into little chunks might be easier, or sometimes even just having that pressure of saying, oh, it has to be done within, I don't know, 10 minutes. Suddenly, yes, here I am and I can do the thing. And that is actually a super strength. So having these different ways of our brains working in with different preferences is great, because then we get to choose what we want to move towards. We don't have to all fit into this cookie cutter. This is how we move forward. This is the best way to be productive and make progress. No, we actually get to choose our own adventure, which is pretty great. And it just leaves so many options for us to figure ourselves out, understand ourselves better, have that introspection and that self-awareness. I do believe that it always comes back to self-awareness. And even though we can see, oh, this is working for somebody else, and you feel like, oh, I really wish I could, have those accomplishments, we're not meant to be the same. And that's when you can bring in a little bit of self-compassion and say, okay, I see that there's a part of me that really wants to have that experience that that other person is having. That's okay. But I am not that person, and I get to decide my own specific journey, because we're not all going to just choose the same adventure. What would be the point in that, in us all being the same and having the same experiences? That really wouldn't make life very interesting if we all did the same and have the same experiences and results. Maybe that is not what we should be aiming towards. How about, oh, we see this person has that experience and we say, oh, you know what? That has inspired me. I want to experience something similar. I'm going to do it in my own way with my own flavor and my own choices and my own strategies and whatever that might look like. So we're not going to copy and paste whatever that person has done. We just get inspiration from them. And then we build on whatever that person might have accomplished, but we do it in our own way, and it'll probably look very different, and that's great. That's what it's all about. We all want to have our own unique experiences and adventures. So when it comes to moving forward, step one would be self-awareness. What is the best way that I personally like to take action? Do I function really well in the morning? Or actually, do I need to just sit and have a cup of hot cocoa in the morning, coffee, tea, whatever it may be? Do I need a healthy breakfast in the morning? Do I need some space in the morning? Do I like journaling in the morning? Do I feel most productive late afternoon? Or do I not even have any sort of schedule or routine? Do I have no pattern? And sometimes I have a lot of energy and sometimes no energy at all. And so when inspiration shows up, I know this is the time to take action. No matter what time of day it is, night it is, this is the time to take action because inspiration has shown up, and that is the best time for me to take action. That is what I've learned about myself. I have tried routines, I've tried schedules, and they work for a short amount of time, but then they sort of fade away. They become tedious. I lose interest, and it just seems very robotic, and it feels forced, and it feels like I'm pushing and bulldozing myself, and it doesn't feel good. And that is very important to notice. So that is an amazing step towards self-awareness and noticing, okay, great. So none of the advice, or, I haven't watched all of the YouTube videos, but none of the videos that I've watched on YouTube work for me. And I need to just follow my own inspiration. When I feel that motivation kicking in, okay, let's take action. And then actually, okay, get up, do the thing, do that, whatever it might be that has pulled me out of my seat, rather than me forcing and pushing and all of that. No, pushing does not work anymore. Bulldozing yourself, shaming yourself, or forcing things just doesn't work anymore because it exhausts you. You will deplete yourself if you keep on saying, oh, I should, oh, I should, oh, I should do this, I should do this, I should do this. It's exhausting. It doesn't feel good. And so the results might not be that great. And you don't enjoy the journey. And everything that we have, the only thing that we have is this moment, this journey. And we don't want to get lost in the future fantasizing or worrying, or not worrying. Maybe it is worrying about the past. Oh, did I say this right or do that right? Did I do enough? So there is no point to get stuck in the past or the future, because we can only make a difference, make a choice, take action in this moment, in the present. So we want to make sure that this moment is actually filled with joy, inspiration, happiness, moving towards what we really want to accomplish and experience more of. And so making the journey one of joy and inspiration, that is something that I am working towards. And maybe that's something that you would feel excited about as well. I wish you a beautiful day. That is my message for today, and I hope it brings you some joy and inspiration. And it helps you move forward in your own specific way, whatever that might be. Removing any sort of judgment, because judgment is not something that benefits us that much. I wish you a beautiful day, and remember, you are worthy, you are worthy, you are worthy, and you get to live your most fulfilling, most exciting, most joyous life. It's your life and you get to live it. And I will see you soon. Bye bye.